All right, we're going to be talking today about if you want to purchase your own airplane, the things you should be looking out for. All right, guys, welcome to Flying Dirty. We're going to take off. You guys buckle?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to be talking today about if you want to purchase your own airplane, the things you should be looking out for. If there's more, make sure you comment below. And also, if you are into aviation and you like aviation as much as I do, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. The channel is growing, and only you can make it grow even faster. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to take off, so we'll catch you when we're up in the air.
November 20 Whiskey, 10 left heading 100.
Left, 100, 3620 Whiskey.
November 20 Whiskey, contact departure.
20 Whiskey to departure. Have a great day.
Contact Tower 119.9, see it.
Contact Tower 119.9, 90, Papa 5.
Good evening, departure, Cherokee 3620 Whiskey, 6,500, climbing to 8,500.
Cherokee 3620 Whiskey, Springs departure, radar contact, resume navigation and altitude.
Resume navigation, 3620 Whiskey, thank you, sir. All right, guys, let's talk about what to look for when you're purchasing an airplane. This is from my experience. I mean, obviously, you can do whatever you like to do, but based on my experience, I like to help other people, especially when it comes to buying an airplane. There's a lot of things you got to look for, because this is not like buying a car. A little bit different. All right, don't forget to check the website, www.flydirty.com, for cool merchandise like this and like that. Get some nice, cool-looking shirts. I'm a graphic designer, so I'm always working on new products. So if you haven't checked the website, make sure you stop by and check it out, because you're more than likely to find some new merchandise. And if you have any suggestions and ideas about shirts and merchandise that I should put up on the website, make sure you let me know. Comment below. All right, guys, so the first thing you should take in consideration when buying an airplane is your mission. What type of mission are you going to fly the most? Are you buying an airplane just for recreation? Are you buying it for work? Are you buying it for business? Are you buying it for your family, like a getaway? Are you buying it just to accumulate hours? Make sure you get your mission, okay? Because the plane that you're going to buy is going to revolve around that mission. Okay, and then once you have that, you can pick your airplane. And I'm not going to get into details as far as cost of what an airplane is going to amount to, because every airplane is going to be different. As in the example of a Cherokee 6, I'm not sure what they're going for nowadays, but I got this one about 6 years ago, and it was around $49,000. Nowadays, you would probably be hard-pressed to find a Cherokee 6 for that price.
Timer expired.
Let's change our timer. We can keep it there and just count it off another 30 minutes. Are you going on long trips? Are you going on short trips?
128.45, see it.
Or are you just going to fly local? I know a lot of people that just fly local. For me, I do a little bit of both. But I fly a lot of missions. And if you're buying an airplane for family use, then you may want to consider your family's thoughts. You know, maybe your family, maybe if you're married, maybe your spouse maybe they don't want an airplane. So consider those things, and before you make a decision. The other thing is narrow your search based on your useful load. How many seats do you need? Do you have a family of 4? Are your children small, but they're going to grow? So you may want to consider that, because a lot of 4-seaters, they're not really 4-seaters, especially in the summertime. So as your children grow up, you may not be able to take 4 passengers, and and definitely not luggage and full fuel. So you're going to have to make some type of sacrifice. That's why we chose a 6-seater, because they're growing. So I wanted something that was comfortable and something that we could carry all of us in there, but also luggage. We can pack up to 200 pounds of luggage, 100 in the front, 100 in the back, and plus all of us, and it's no problem for the Cherokee 6. The other thing is that once you settle into an airplane, you want to consider bringing someone along who knows the airplane, so that they can review the logbooks and review the airplane itself. Whether it's someone that has experience in that particular airplane, but preferably a mechanic. Bring a mechanic with you, and definitely bring a mechanic before you buy the airplane, so that they can do a pre-buy inspection. Okay? Always do that before you buy an airplane. You don't want to buy an airplane that needs a lot of maintenance, so be careful with that, and I would advise you to bring a mechanic with you. And then with that, make sure that that person reviews the logbooks, all the ADs and everything have been up to date, and things of that nature. So a person, for example, I have experience in the Cherokee 6. I know all of the ADs that need to be done in this particular airplane. So if you want to buy a Cherokee 6, you may want to consider bringing a pilot along, or a mechanic, or someone who knows about those ADs, so that they can look in through the logbooks to make sure everything has been taken care of. Then you also want to compare the logbook equipment list with the actual equipment list that is on the airplane, okay? Make sure that all the equipment that was installed in that airplane has been properly installed if it's a certified airplane, okay? Make sure that they went through all the certification, all the paperwork that is needed, because it's pretty easy to just slap in whatever equipment on a particular airplane, but not really have it done legally. So make sure that you check that out, okay? Then also, in buying the airplane, you want to review what type of operation was that airplane being used for. For example, this one has, I'm the 3rd owner, and this is a 1966 airplane, and it has only had 3 owners in its lifetime. It has always been used for private use, so it was never put in a school or anything like that, so it hasn't been abused. So make sure that when you buy an airplane, you know what that airplane was being used for, okay? Was it being used in a flight school? If it was being used in a flight school, then, there's a lot of things that you want to consider, okay, from that point on. So that's when you may want to consult with your mechanic about it. In this particular airplane, if you're in the market for a Cherokee 6, one of the things that I became aware of immediately in the process of searching for the airplane was that this airplane, because it has a massive useful load, they used to use this airplane as a hauler. So, some of these Cherokee 6s were abused. So make sure that you know the previous use for that airplane, okay, before you buy it. The other thing is, how many hours has that airplane been flown in its lifetime? And how many hours has that airplane flown yearly? Okay, so there's 2 things you want to watch out for. The airplane being flown heavily, and the airplane not being flown at all. It's not a good thing if you don't fly the airplane. The airplane, it needs circulation, okay, to keep everything lubricated. And if you don't circulate the engine and use the engine, you may have a corrosion problem that you may not know about. So make sure that you know how many hours that airplane has been used in a year, okay? Too much is bad, too little is also bad, so somewhere in the middle. The other thing you want to watch out for is, how was that airplane stored? Was it stored outside? Was it stored in a hangar? One of the first things I decided to do, initially when I bought this airplane, I had it parked outside, but that didn't really last long. That was just temporarily until I got covered parking. So first I went outside, but that didn't feel comfortable at all, especially in Denver. In Denver, in the wintertime, you get a lot of ice, a lot of snow, and it's freezing cold in the morning time. You don't want to be out there fooling around with that airplane when it's 10 degrees outside. I can tell you that, okay? But then the other thing is, you want to make sure that that airplane, for example, if you keep an airplane in Denver, it's not the same thing as keeping an airplane in Houston, Texas, or Florida, or somewhere where it's really humid and moist. In places where there's a lot of humidity, you run a big risk of corrosion. So keep that in mind, okay? Make sure that if you get the airplane and that airplane has lived in the East Coast or somewhere like, let's say, the Northwest, like Oregon, Washington State, those places are very moist and it rains a lot, and you can run the risk of corrosion. So be on the lookout for that. Then if those factors check out, then the one thing you want to keep in mind is you may want to take the airplane out for a ride, okay? And that's if you feel comfortable, because I definitely won't fly an airplane that I haven't really inspected. So that's why it's important for you to take a mechanic, so that way he can look over the airplane and he can sense if something's wrong, okay? Before you take a check, before you take an inspection ride on that airplane. All right, we're approaching Class B airspace, so let's look here. All right, so let's just stay around 8,500 and we should be all right. The other thing to consider is insurance for the airplane, okay? Insurance for the airplane. Now, insurance is very important because if you get a Cherokee 6, high performance with 6 seats, you will not have a lot of options in buying an airplane like this, being a VFR only pilot. And there are certain companies that may take you, such as Avemco. I know that that's one of them, but they're going to probably charge you, I'm guessing, 25, 26, maybe even 3,000 a year if you're not instrument rated. But once you have your instrument rated certification, those insurance rates are going to drop, and then your doors and your options are going to open. So you're going to have more shopping power. Right now, for my insurance, I pay like $1,400 a year, and it's been creeping up every year. So I may have to start shopping around for cheaper insurance. So those are some of the key factors that I look for when I'm buying an airplane. Of course, you know, there's probably a whole lot more to it. But and I just feel that those are probably the most important factors to consider. If you have your own suggestions, make sure you drop it down on the comments. Help everybody out who's shopping around for airplanes. So guys, again, don't forget, subscribe, hit the like button, and comment. I love comments, okay? And I respond to just about every comment, even if it takes me a little while to do so, but I try to respond to every comment. So leave a comment. Guys, I appreciate your assistance for subscribing. You guys have been really helpful. This channel has grown tremendously in the past month, and it just keeps on growing. And I'm getting nothing but love from you guys, so I appreciate that. But I just want to say thank you, because you guys have been very supportive. Thank you for purchasing our products on the website. We have some cool shirts like the ones we're wearing, and you're going to see us with a lot of merchandise every time that we go out on a flight. These flights or these shirts, I make them myself. I do the graphic designing and all of that for these shirts, and we have a lot of them on the website. So make sure you check that out, www.flightdirty.com. Also, if you fly to Denver, make sure you come check us out at the restaurant.
Switch fuel tank.
We're probably around Centennial. We're what, about 10 minutes away from Centennial?
10-15 minutes.
About 10-15 minutes from Centennial. So if you're stopping by Centennial, make sure you check us out. Habanero's Mexican Grill. So Habanero's Mexican Grill, guys. There you go. That's our logo. And yes, I do sell these at the restaurant as well. But guys, make sure you check us out if you're in town. We'd love to see you and hang out with you. We give pilots 10% discount So if you you may see her at the check register, at the checkout register. So make sure you show her your certificate, and you'll get a 10% discount for being a pilot. Again, if you're into aviation and you love watching other pilots' videos, then please subscribe to this channel. Help me grow, help us grow, and help us make this channel better. For now, guys, take care, stay safe, and have a great day, my friends.